Hello guys, welcome to my video on how to draft a basic bodice block. In this video, I am going to teach you how to draft a basic block step by step. Items that you'll be needed to draft these blocks are your French curves, your marker, your pencil, eraser, and then your flexible ruler as seen in the video. So stick and stay with me as I take it. So before we proceed with our measurement, we are supposed to input our vertical measurement first. So as seen in the video, you realize that we have some lines in the video as seen. So the first line is our shoulder line, the second line is our cross chest line, the third line is our bust line, the fourth line is our under bust, and the fifth line is our waistline. So we have your shoulder, your across chest, your bust point, under bust, and then the waist. So as seen in the video. Now the next thing you are supposed to do, how do I get these lines? Before you start with your measurement, you are supposed to start ½ inch away from your measurement. So if my shoulder to nipple is 11, I'm supposed to take ½ inch away and I'll get what, 10.5. My shoulder to under bust is 15, so obviously it will be reduced to 14.5. 3.5 will give us what, your waistline as seen in the video. So if you look at the video, these are the vertical measurement that you are supposed to consider. Secondly, from here, the next thing you are supposed to input is what, your horizontal measurement. And your horizontal measurement in here are your shoulder to shoulder measurement, your across chest measurement, your bust circumference. You don't need under bust, but you need your waistline. But before we input that measurement, we need to know the individual's nipple to nipple. So we can tell the nipple to nipple from the bust to the under bust, which is 4. So when I come here, I only have to what, repeat the same thing here. When I come to the waistline, I would have to what, reduce it by ½ an inch. So if I have 4 here, when I come to the waistline, I'll do 3.5 as seen in the video. When you are done, you only take your curve, connect this to this. When you are done, what is the total that intake that you need to use? It is your bust to your under bust, whatever measurement you have there, that is your total bust intake. So you have that measurement here as well. So you connect this one to this. The next thing you're supposed to do is what? Make sure that these two lines you have, these bust lines that you have, which I call them leg 1, and then we have leg 2. Make sure that they are equal. So when you measure from your bust point to here, you realize that this one is giving us 7.5. This one will give us 8.5. Whatever you do, or 8.25, this one will give us 7.5. Make sure that one of the lines is correcting the other. So I have 8.25 here. I make sure I use it to correct this one. So the moment you realize that anytime you have your shoulder to waist with a particular measurement, your legs determine the waist, the actual waistline. You don't determine those ones. Or either or not, you use this leg to correct this one. So this one will actually go up if you want to. Now, the next thing you need to do is what? Input your horizontal circumference, which is your shoulder to shoulder. So my shoulder to shoulder from my chart here is what? 15. So that is 7.5. So I mark. My bust is what? 38. So that's 9.5. You don't need your under bust circumference here. All you need is your waist circumference. So your waist is what? 33. So that's 8.25. So as seen in the video. When you're done, all I need to do is, before I join the waist to the bust point, I have an extension of 1.5 at the top. So I have this 1.5. This is, so you need to have that there. You have a small line. You make sure you join it to your waistline at the hem. Then you now what? Connect from here to here. So always you have the connection from here to here as your bust that. From here to here, you have 1.5 as seen in the video. Now I'm coming to what? My armhole circumference. Before I get my armhole, from my shoulder to my bust point is too far. So you need to have a region where you can actually close the armhole a little bit and make sure that it is intact. So before you do that, you have to measure 1.5 from the base to the top as seen in the video. You make sure your curves are on the perpendicular line, because the curves have been made in such a way that they are accurate, that anytime you are drawing your lines or whatever, make sure one of the lines are on a perpendicular line as seen in the video. Now, this is my shoulder to shoulder. I have drawn my armhole. All I need to do is what? To drop my shoulder by 1 inch. The reason is because we have contour in the block, and it will automatically drop to what? 1.5 as you are looking for. So you don't need to have that excess of the drop at the shoulder to get the 1.5. So this one meets with this. Before I get to this point here, I'm supposed to measure my neck width and neck depth. Because this is a round neck or a dual neckline, you can make it 3 inches and 3.25 for the depth, or 3 inches for the width. Any of them that you wish, or you can make all of them the same. So as seen in the video, all you need to do is what? 3.25 or 3 inches. Make sure you always have a box in there before what? You draw your shoulder drop, or before you draw your neck width. So make sure you always draw what? Your neck circumference before you drop your shoulder. It is very important. So after you have this, you now measure from here to here 1 inch, and then you connect this one to this. When you are done, you need any of these curves to drop your neckline circumference. So make sure either you have this curve, some people call it the master curve, or of course you have the armhole curve, or there's one other curve that you need. If you have it, that's fine. If you don't have it, you can use this one as well. Now all I need to do is what? To give me a guideline to enable me to draw my across chest and draw my armhole perfectly. Now, as seen in the video, all I need to do is that I make sure my curve is sitting on this. To enable me to get what? A perfect armhole for my block. So you can equally measure from here to here. So if your across back is 15, you can be having your across chest for 14 or 13.5. Any of them will give you a perfect shape. So either you measure the individuals across chest and use, or the curve will give you an accurate one if you are looking for. So any of them will give you a perfect fit. This is the front block, and when you are done with this. This is a basic block, and this block has no contour. This block is mainly the block in which all other darts were gotten from. So this is my front block, as I am indicating here. So I'll be moving on to the back block in the video, so stick and stay with me.